Back with you in Brookings. Thanks for making us a part of your Thursday night as we get a look at the numbers from early in this contest and thing that jumps out to you right at the top, Sean. 5 of 8 from 3 for South Dakota State. That's all they've shot.
The visitors also putting up more than their share of three-pointers. They've been a little bit more efficient in doing so. But if you're South Dakota State, now you want to make sure that you get some post touches, some paint touches, force Chadron State to maybe collapse and then kick it back out. A couple of these threes have been on ball reversals, which is fine, but you have to believe that right now the visitors are emphasizing, look, we need to close out on shooters. That should provide some driving angles and post-ups.
If you're just joining us, no Oscar Clough tonight for South Dakota State. Going to let that ankle heal up just a little bit more before the road game at Alabama in 10 days, and then league play, which starts on January the 2nd. Wilkinson has filled in nicely in his absence this season, as is Wharton. Wilkinson almost turning it over there. Chadron State aggressive on this defensive possession. Wilkinson looking for another touch. Seiler, another deep triple. Wow.
Excellent use of that crow hop. When that pass was on its way, you could see his feet get underneath him, that little crow hop. That way, when he caught it, the momentum was already taking him toward the rim.
Seiler, when he gets hot, can really get cooking, and we've seen it early. 3 of 4 from downtown. A 9-point lead for South Dakota State. Thomas on the dribble drive, fumbled it. Looking to work around Lindsay. 5 to shoot, pull-up jump shot. Nice strip by Lindsay, but Chadron State able to keep the possession. Another offensive rebound for the Eagles. Peterson, a quick trigger.
Oh man, you better find him, because that thing does not take long to get off, and you have to attack that left-handed shooting pocket, because once it gets in his hands, it doesn't stay there long.
Peterson hit 5 triples Monday. That's already his 2nd of the day early. Seiler, another 3. My goodness. Joe Seiler red hot early.
And what that is setting up now, Brandon, is the fact that now they're going to come at him probably not under control on that three-point shot. A shot fake will allow a dribble drive and maybe create something at the rim.
What a start for Joe Seiler. 12 points all from downtown, but a response on the other end by Thomas.
And a freshman mistake there by Jackson. He went underneath that ball screen against a team that really likes to shoot the 3.
It's been a 3-point contest early on. 10 combined triples. Jackson will try another one. Too strong there. Thomas pushing the pace, looking for back-to-back buckets. Couldn't get it to fall, but will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Seiler already has tied a season high with 4 threes. We're 6.5 minutes into the game.
Nice job of attacking in transition, because South Dakota State did not utilize really good transition defense. Lack of communication allowed the dribble drive all the way in, and the resulting foul on Wilkinson.
Thomas off the mark on the first of 2. Graduate student out of Amarillo, Texas. This is 5th season of collegiate basketball and his 3rd stop. Spent 2 seasons at Oklahoma Panhandle State and 2 at Tarleton State. So this is 2nd Panhandle school that he's been to.
I tell you what, as you take a look at the roster of Chadron State, you know, there are bus stops that don't have this many transfers.
This is a Chadron State team. Only 1 guy on this roster was at another school, or wasn't at another school, and that's 1 true freshman.
Yep.
They have 1 underclassman, and it's a true freshman. He's the 1 guy that hasn't been somewhere else.
Let's see in this situation if they maybe try to get a little bit of a post touch for Wharton.
Jackson on the dribble drive. Had not an open look. Didn't get that one to go. Jack 7 of 12 from deep early. Still have not shot a ball from inside the arc.
Better job by Lindsay being there on the shooter.
Great defense there by Willie Wharton. And he turns it over quickly. Feed down low to Miles and an offensive foul as Lindsay steps in and takes the charge. Keegan Jerschley will lead off the 4th just like he did in the 3rd. Jerschley will hope for a similar result when he tripled into the left center field gap to start that 3-run 3rd. And Jerschley jumps on the first pitch, grounds one to short off the glove of Watala. And Jerschley will reach on an error. First error of the game committed by the Mustangs.
Now batting left fielder, number 15, Nicholas Work.
Jersley aboard for the second time today, and now Nick Work. Nicholas Work walked in the bottom of the third and later came around to score. He scores the bunt. Pulls back and takes a strike. Work is one of the fastest players on this team. Stole 26 bases as a senior in high school. That's a school record for Mankato East. Puts one down. And the throw to first retires Work. Advancing to second is Jersley. That'll go down as a sacrifice.
Now batting shortstop, number 2, Carter Sintek.
To the plate now, Carter Sintek had a 2-run double in his last at-bat. Whoa. Sintek lines one right into the SMSU dugout. Seems as if everybody's all right, laughing and smiling over there. It's a Mustang dugout that's been very energetic since the first pitch. Sintek a grounder to short. Tala able to redeem himself, retire Sintek. 2 down, Jersley to third. Now Owen Siegert will bat. Well, this is a Mustang team. The vibes are high for them right now. Winners of 4 in a row after that sweep over Bemidji State. Tied for third place in the NSIC. Ahead by 3 runs against the Division I opponent right now. Siegert takes the ball. Siegert a single in the third, which scored Carter Sintek. Siegert looking for another RBI here. Breaking ball on the outer edge for a strike. Siegert's been impressive lately, and he's been a part of the everyday lineup. And now 3-1 with Lusky on deck. Siegert will fly out in a single today. Lusky on deck has struck out twice. Siegert a ground ball, and that'll get through the left side for another RBI single. Siegert's second hit of the day, and it's back to a 2-run game.
Now batting.
So once again, our score, South Dakota State 14, North Dakota State 14. Here's how we got there. North Dakota State won the toss, deferred. The Bison will start the second half with the football. SDSU started the first half with the football. They went 3 and out on their opening drive, and North Dakota State would strike first on this connection.
1 to snap it. Miller takes it knee high. He'll throw it deep down the right side looking for Lance, who makes the catch as he beat her well in man-to-man coverage for the North Dakota State touchdown.
Bryce Lance with just 1 catch in the matchup between these two teams in October, but he had 2 on that opening drive for 51 yards and a score. And with the Crosa PAT, North Dakota State had a 7-0 lead. Then the Jacks with a much-needed response on offense. On a 3rd down, Mark Gronowski would find Griffin Wilde for a 17-yard completion. Then a few plays later, Gronowski connected with Lofton Ogrowski for a 35-yard pass to set up this score.
Renner behind Gronowski, Amar Johnson behind him. Gronowski takes the snap under center and pushes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackrabbits!
Mark Gronowski on the 1-yard sneak, and that capped off a 10-play, 75-yard scoring drive in just over 5 minutes, and the Desmond extra point would even the tally. Then the Bison offense would go 3 and out, and the punt would pin the Jacks at their own 14-yard line, but SDSU, once again, 11 plays, 86 yards in just over 6 minutes to take the lead.
Snap back, give to Amar Johnson. He will cut right, break a tackle, 35, running left, 30, breaks another 20, left sideline 10, inside the 5, touchdown, Jackrabbits!
Amar Johnson with an explosive run, and the PAT made it 14-7. So the Jacks, after losing all that momentum early, gaining almost all of it back to take a 7-point lead in the second quarter here on the road. Then the Bison would go 8 plays, 25 yards in just over 5 minutes and would punt. And the Jacks, with the ball in their own territory on the second play of the drive, the North Dakota State defense would come up with the big play they needed.
Snap back, Gronowski, give to Lamar Johnson, play broken up in the backfield, it's fumbled, and the Bison dive on it at the 23-yard line.
A costly mistake for South Dakota State offensively on the Lamar Johnson fumble, something that we harped on time and time again throughout the pregame show. The much needed turnover for the Bison defense, unforced error for the Jackrabbit offense, and North Dakota State would do what they do best, capitalize off turnovers, and on the 7th play of the drive, they did just that.
3rd and goal at the 2. Terhart motions behind the line. Miller will keep nothing up the middle, but he bounces off the right side for a North Dakota State touchdown.
So the Bison get the turnover they needed, and they punch it in for 6. The extra point from Crosa made it 14-14. Just kind of take me through the process of what it was to find an equalizer to tie this game and send it to OT.
You know, it's really all about the players. They just never really lost belief, and that's obviously a hard moment to play most of the second half, down a goal. I thought we still had a lot of confidence and a lot of belief, and this is a really experienced group, and you know, they got the goal, it energized us, and credit to them.
South Dakota always plays you tight, did once again tonight. Just what kind of challenges did they provide for you tonight?
They just defend. They defend so well. They get a lot of numbers behind the ball. When they choose to press, they press hard. And then probably the biggest challenge is when they win the ball, they're really good at being able to get a cross off and a dangerous ball, and that's what produced the goal. And they do what they do really, really well. That's a credit to Coach Thomas and that group. But just really proud of our team and kind of how they responded to that goal.
How about Casey Mandy, now a 3-time first-team All-Leaguer, coming up big for you guys in the late stages?
Special player. Obviously, she's a player that strikes an unbelievably good ball. Her passing range and passing deception is exceptional. Not just the goal that won it for us, which was a great ball in the box, but just some of the balls she played in behind, even late in the second half, that got Adrian in and things like that. Special player, deserves everything she gets.
What are you most pleased about with your team's performance tonight?
Just the continued belief that it was gonna happen. It's postseason play. It's a game of moments. South Dakota took advantage of theirs, to their credit. We didn't panic. You know, there were a couple of moments where we got a little bit flustered, but we didn't panic. And as the time is ticking down, it's a hard thing not to do. So I thought our team showed a lot of maturity, a lot of experience, just coming back from behind. And we've done it a few times this year as well. So just proud of the continued belief and that we continue to play Jackrabbit soccer as we were chasing a goal.
Coach, as always, thank you for the time. Congratulations on the win. Go celebrate, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Brent.